Hello and welcome back to my channel. My dog just came over to say hi. Do you want to say hi? Come on. This is my dog. If you ever hear tippy tapping in the background, it is because of him. It has been a while. It's been longer than I planned between filming and between episodes. It has been really busy. To be honest, I have a 10-month-old daughter, so life is naturally very busy. Also, I got sick during the Easter holidays and my voice was just gone for like a week. I've been working a lot of overtime at work because of a huge project we're working on at the moment. I just have to... I think it's a bit dark, isn't it? Like that. I adjusted the ISO. Let's hope that clears it up. My husband is currently out meeting some of our friends in a birthday party. I'm at home with our daughter who is sleeping. She's down for the night, but it's still light outside, so I can record in the evening now, which I haven't been able to do in quite a while. So maybe I'll get back to recording more often because I can do it after she's gone to bed, which is really nice. I still have like some hay fever stuff, so if I lisp, my voice is kind of weird. It's just because I have like a cold sore inside of my mouth, which makes my voice kind of weird. But I figured I just have to record now because it's been so long and I have stuff to show you. Now, this is quite a Petiteknit heavy episode. I don't mind because I love Petiteknit patterns. She's built like an empire. I think she deserves recognition for what she's achieved. And I see that a lot of my plans are Petiteknit patterns now because a lot of it is because I already own the patterns and you know, everything is quite expensive now, so I'm trying to just be a bit frugal in a good way and knit the stuff that I already have, like the patterns I own with yarn that I own. And also because I've been selling a lot of my sweaters that has become too small after pregnancy. It's kind of weird because your body just changes. So although I don't like weigh any more or less than before, I just noticed that my shoulders are a bit wider, my rib cage is a bit wider, my hips are wider. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily boil down to just weight postpartum. It's just your body changing, your physique getting quite different. So a lot of the stuff that I found fit before giving birth or like before I got pregnant, I just don't enjoy wearing it anymore. And with any kind of clothing, after years you might grow tired of stuff and you just want to switch it out. So instead of like everything just ending up in a box somewhere, I had to help the baby. She woke up, she's down to sleep again. Let's see if she stays asleep this time. Now, where was I? Yeah, well, I've been selling off a lot of my knitted garments and seeing how much money I can make and then use that money to like buy new yarn for some other new pieces. And as you all know, I did this whole color analysis thing and now I'm trying to be more intentional about the colors, the styles, the fits, the yarn that I bring into my wardrobe, as opposed to when I first started knitting, where I didn't really know what colors I enjoyed, what kind of styles I enjoyed. So now I'm just kind of starting all over again, which feels kind of freeing. I feel freed. I don't know what the word is. It feels good to be able to kind of start all over again, make all of these choices and see how my wardrobe slowly evolves and grows. And because of that, I see that I tend to be drawn to a lot of Petiteknit patterns just because they are so basic and kind of timeless. And because I already have them, it's easy to go for one of them. So enough talk, let's jump into finished objects. The first one is the one that I'm wearing. This is the Champagne cardigan by Petiteknit. I knit this white cropped. I will try to get up to show you. So instead of 4 buttons, I made just 3. So when I lift my arms, it goes up. I don't mind because I'm planning on using this with high-waisted pants, skirts, overdresses, stuff like that during the summer. It has a quite deep raglan, like my body is here, and the garment is all over here. It has a V-neck, a double knitted button band, and I use these buttons that I got secondhand on Tice, which is an app for buying and selling used clothing mostly. Arms are kind of wide, oversized, the whole shebang. I've been kind of on the fence about the champagne cardigan, but then I saw Flying Knitter on Instagram doing a cropped version in poppy red, and I was really inspired by that and thought that I like that silhouette a lot better than the original champagne cardigan, so I just copied her basically, and I really enjoyed the way it turned out. This is knit in a single strand of Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino. It's the first time I use this yarn and I really love it. I really enjoy Knitting for Olive Merino because it's not scratchy at all. It's really soft, but it doesn't feel like overly, I don't know how to describe it. It feels more rustic than other merinos. I think it's something in the way it's treated. I don't know what it is, but I hear other people describing it like this as well. And for someone who really enjoys working with like Norwegian wool and more like woolly wools, it just feels a bit more authentic, if that's some a way you could describe it. It just has this it's more tactile. It's just something about the Knitting for Olive Merino, and I found this is both for the fingering weight and for the heavy merino. The heavy merino is more rustic, but it's not scratchy. It's so soft. It just has this tactile feel to it that I really enjoy. It's not too shiny, Some merinos can be kind of shiny. This doesn't feel like that. But it is the color Poppy Blue, and I really enjoy it. This is one of the more saturated colors from my color season, which is the true summer color season. And it's a lot more colorful than I'm used to wearing, so I'm kind of getting used to people like noticing what I'm wearing. But it's nice, and I've been wearing this a bit lately, and I really just enjoy it. The next sweater or next garment I've finished since the last time is the caramel sweater by Petiteknit as well. This is also like a quite simple classic raglan sweater, but I did make a few modifications to this. The original has like a long polo neck. I chose to just start right. I cast on without the neck and picked up for it later because I wasn't quite sure what kind of neckline I wanted, or like what neck I wanted. So I cast it on, just knit the sweater, and just picked up at the end. This is also a classic raglan sweater, quite deep raglan, and I didn't do as many decreases on the sleeves, so I have like quite wide airy sleeves, which I really enjoy. And I chose not to do the Italian bind off just because sometimes I can't be bothered, and I still think it's a really nice bind off, even though it's just the good old-fashioned regular bind off. And it's kind of underestimated, how pretty this is. I really enjoy the look of it. And although I really like the look of the Italian bind off as well that this has, it's something kind of nostalgic, something rustic about not doing it sometimes. It is knit in 2x2 rib details, and this as well I have cropped a bit, so because I do have a quite short torso, so to wear this comfortably with my pants and jeans and all kind of things, I just cropped it a few centimeters. I don't remember like the total length, but you just have to kind of try it on and make some guesses on while you're knitting. And this is knit in Sandnes garn, tynn Petiteknit, and Sandnes tynn silk mohair, which I found in when they were discontinuing colors earlier in the year. So this is the color Blue Iris, which you can't buy anymore, which is such a shame because I love this color. But they do have similar purples. It's kind of a purple that's more on the blue side, I would say, and I just really enjoy it. And this as well, I've been wearing this a ton, and it made me realize after finishing this and seeing how much wear I've gotten out of it, and it's just been like off my needles for a few weeks actually, and I just realized how much I love a classic raglan sweater. Drop shoulders are really fun to knit because they can have quite interesting constructions and there's a lot of things happening. But when it comes to wearing them, I see that I feel a lot more put together in my raglan sweaters. So for work, I tend to choose a raglan. I also think, at least for me, who's kind of small, I'm short, all of those things, I can easily drown in like a drop shoulder. And if I want to feel like even more dressed up for work, I would wear like a shirt underneath and then a raglan on top. And it just, yeah, I find for me, it's just better. So I might do more raglans this year actually, which is kind of fun. I'm probably going to do more, a few drop shoulders as well this year, but doing maybe like the Aros that has like the saddle shoulder, which is more of a raglan looking construction, and the louver sweater as well that has more of like is a set-in arm. I have a few of those patterns like in the back of my head for later in the year. So yeah, that was my 2 finished objects for now. And then I have a few works in progress to show you. The first one is a sweater for my daughter, and I really enjoy working on this. It is the Holger sweater, and it's turning out so cute. I bought new yarn for the body, and the rest of the colors are from Stash. So I've been using Double Sunday in putty and I think sky blue or something for the stripes. The putty color is more of a colder white. It's not like one of those almond colors or anything like that, and I really enjoy it. And after getting my color analysis done, I've learned so much more about cold and warm colors, which makes it so much easier for me to put colors together. So I'm really enjoying my color choices for this. On the bottom rib, it's some knitting for Olive I had in Stash that's held double. And this first sleeve is a eucalyptus green, and then the neck, the color is Blue Iris as well, because I bought a skein of Blue Iris in Double Sunday while I was getting the Blue Iris Petiteknit for this. And I see that the sun is setting, so I have to like work a bit with my settings as we go. But you know, this is all part of the behind the scenes, being your own podcast producer kind of thing. The second sleeve for the Holger, I'm planning on using this odd skein I have of the Hokkaido color from Knitting for Olive. This has been in my stash like since the pandemic. At some point during the lockdown, like the second or third round of lockdowns we had here in Oslo, I ordered a lot of Knitting for Olive merino and cotton merino, and for some reason I got like 3 or 4 balls of a bright orange, and slowly I've been working my way through it. So I think this is my last skein of a very orange yarn, and this doesn't suit me at all. It's just too warm, it's too orange of an orange for me. I could get away with using like a red with not a lot of yellow or orange in it, but I think for this sweater it will give like a nice pop of color on the second sleeve, and it will be really cute. So I tried to think like the body, which is blue, you know, the purple on top has blue in it, and then the pink isn't too far away from the purple. And then I wanted contrasting colors for both the sleeves, so I chose one green and then this orange. So that is like the thought process into choosing colors for this sweater, to try to make like kind of a cohesive look, because I was thinking that this sweater could turn out to be kind of chaotic, and that wasn't like the look I was going for. I wanted something that felt more intentional, but playful at the same time. So I think this will be a good combination of colors. And then I have a small little project that's in one of my project bags, and I haven't been working on this for a while. It is the first, it was in what's going to be a pair of penny gloves for myself. I've been telling myself that I need to get a pair of penny gloves because they are really handy and they would have been perfect right now, but they're not finished yet. And a couple of weeks ago I went to a seminar, so I thought I need something that's kind of subtle to work at while listening to the ones who were giving the talks. And a few days before that I got the spring color from Lillerilla. I have this yarn subscription, so every 3 months I get a skein of hand-dyed Tynn merino from Lillerilla. It is a superwash merino, really versatile, and it is this white going on light green base with a few subtle speckles of like darker green, pinks. It's just, I don't know how well it translates on camera, but it almost have like this, what do you call it? I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like this holographic sheen when you see it in real life. Yeah, I hope it translates, but it's not white, and it's almost as if it isn't green either. It's just, yeah, it's just a beautiful color. So I thought when I got this in the mail, I really need to make something from this, and I thought a pair of penny gloves would be ideal. So this is how far I've gotten. I'm almost done with the increases for the thumb on the first one, and then I just have to do the main portion on here and finish the thumb, and then it will be all done. And I think they will be really pretty. I can't wait to get them done, but I'm not like working on them really actively. I just have them so it's easy to grab them whenever I have something like at work or something where I need something to keep my hands busy, because I do have really restless hands, so I need something in my hands if I'm sitting for like more than 40 minutes listening to someone just talking. If I'm actively participating in a meeting, I'm fine, but otherwise just listening to someone, it's not a talent I have. There's a reason I didn't go to university and that I chose a different kind of education for myself. But yeah, they're going to be really pretty. I don't know when I'll be finished with them, but they live in this little project bag, which isn't really a project bag. It's actually just like a Ganni dust bag that I have laying around. But why buy project bags when you have little canvas bags, with strings? Anyways, so my third and final work in progress is a Cumulus T O-neck. I shared in my spring knitting plans that I intended to do the Cumulus T V-neck, and just as I was about to cast on, Petiteknit actually released the O-neck, which I thought was, one, really pretty, and secondly, I didn't have to do as many rounds on like purl rows, which was really tempting to don't have to do. So I cast on the O-neck, and it is turning out really pretty. This is the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in Dove Blue, and it is just a grayish, perfect blue in my eyes. I haven't gotten too far, but I have joined in the round after knitting back and forth, and you cast on some few extra stitches in the front to finish off the neck. I'm doing the size large for myself. That was the one that was closest. I'm not sure I'm meeting gauge perfectly. I think I'm a bit off so it's going to be a bit looser when it's finished, but at the same time I'd rather have a bit too much ease than a bit too little. So because I was in between sizes, I could probably have sized down, but just to make sure it wouldn't be like too tight, because that's not the look I'm going for. I wanted it to be kind of flowy because it's silk and everything. I wanted to have a nice drape, and because this has so little positive ease, I just think it's like 5 centimeters or something. I thought that if it ends up having like 7 or 8 even, it wouldn't be that bad. I'd like some extra positive ease. So I chose the size large, even though I could have done a medium, I think. So yeah, that was how I was thinking when choosing the size. I think it's going to be really pretty, and because this is such a small project, it's easy to just scrunch up and put in like a plastic little Ziploc bag or something, and I can take it on the plane because we are going on a holiday this week. It is approaching fast, and I have still a lot of work to do in the next 2 days. Actually, we're going away on a Wednesday. So I'm kind of stressed out about it, finishing off everything before I leave. I think it will be nice though, having our first vacation abroad as a family, although I'm not like a huge fan of traveling in general, but we're staying at my mother-in-law's house. She has a house in Spain, so it's all very like safe, secure. We've been there before, so my anxiety levels are kind of lower than they would be going to somewhere I'm not familiar at all. Let's not go too much into it. Traveling makes me kind of stressed, but I'm looking forward to getting there, getting in the house, unpacking, and just calming down. Maybe we'll have some nice weather. Yeah, so this will be a perfect little travel project. Don't know how much knitting I'll get done on like the plane with a baby, but I'll just have it, try to stay optimistic, you know. Who knows, maybe I'll get some knitting done. Lastly, I don't have any acquisitions really, but I was planning, or I wanted to run something by you. If anyone remembers my grey, beautiful Marseille sweater, I am contemplating frogging this project. I enjoy this sweater. As some of you might remember, this was a Marseille sweater I made myself in the fall last year, and which turned out way bigger than I was expecting. I'm extremely off gauge with this one, but I've still worn it a lot, but only at home really, for like lounging, and I enjoy it for that purpose. But this was really expensive yarn. This is knitting for olive merino and knitting for olive soft silk mohair. So this is probably like 150 pounds worth of yarn in Norway. So yeah, it's a really expensive yarn. And I'm kind of thinking, is this too expensive and a sweater to only wear at home? Or should I frog it and knit like a more simple classic raglan sweater, which I realized I really enjoy wearing, so I can wear it more out, I can wear it at work, I can just get a lot of more use out of this sweater quantity of yarn, and then like maybe find another drop shoulder construction, maybe even like an even bigger one, and intentionally knit it to wear at home. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And you know, frogging this will be a nightmare because it's Italian bind off, it's a pick up collar and everything. So I am expecting to have to cut some of the portions and that I will lose some of the yarn, and I'm kind of willing to take that loss because I still have some leftovers. And if I am to knit a sweater for wearing more at work and out of the house, I will probably choose to make it just a bit more cropped than this one is. I'll try to show the difference in the body length of the caramel sweater and the Marseille, just so you can see how much I actually crop my sweaters for wearing at the office. Here you can see it's quite a big difference between the lengths, and the Marseille is way too long, I feel, to wear comfortably with any of my jeans or pants or any skirts at all. And I don't enjoy the look of it with a shirt underneath. It's just something about it that it just doesn't work. So this is just too, like, it's too relaxed, too slouchy, that I feel the way I like feeling at work. So this might be like the perfect yarn to do like an arrow sweater or something like that this fall. I'm not frogging it yet because I don't have the time to cast on anything new anyways. So I am going to think about it a bit more. But at the moment, with all of the prices being as it is, inflation being high, I'm not like in a position where I can just think, oh, I'll just keep this 150 pound sweater for wearing at home a few nights a week, as opposed to, I'm not even that often, you know, maybe even not even once a week. And having that expensive of a sweater just lying around feels really wrong. If this was knit in like some cheaper yarn, that would be okay, but this is the first time ever I have treated myself to like a sweater quantity of knitting for Olive, merino and soft silk mohair to combine. And I really love this color, and I think it suits me quite well as well. I get a lot of compliments when I'm wearing this color and this sweater, so I think it's really nice on me, but I would like to be able to wear it out of the house as well. And next time I will swatch so I don't end up in the same position as I did with this one. So yeah, that is kind of a plan. I think I will go ahead and do it at some point, but it's a lot of work frogging a sweater. I need to have like a complete evening, I think, to get it done. It will probably take a few hours, which is also kind of putting me off doing it. But I just think it's a shame having this beautiful yarn not being shown off in the way I think it deserves to be shown off. And yeah, I think I have to. And do maybe an Aros, maybe, yeah, I actually really want to do another caramel sweater at some point, but maybe in like 1x1 rib, just because I really enjoyed the fit of this, and I would want a second one where I do the sleeve increases as they are stated in the pattern, because I think that original version is really beautiful as well. I would still skip the polo neck because that just isn't a look that I enjoy wearing. But yeah, I really want to do a second caramel sweater at some point as well, just because I wear it so much and I think it would be worth putting in the effort. So yeah, do you usually frog sweaters if you're not happy with the project and reclaim the yarn? I think that is something we should be better at, especially now with prices high and everything that's going on. We're trying to save up some money as well, so yeah, maybe being a bit more intentional with my money would be wise. Now, thank you for watching and thank you for being here. Please leave a like and a comment. Please share my channel with anyone you know that would maybe like it. Hit the subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!